Folks, Backlash is on Sunday, which I'm sure you're all fully aware of. You're fully excited. Well, actually, sorry, I've stuffed this already, Kevin. It's WrestleMania Backlash, okay? How excited are you?
Oh, WrestleMania Backlash. Wow, I mean, I can't wait, man. We have 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 exciting matches to talk about, man. Can't you tell how excited I am?
Kevin, I'm buzzing. I cannot wait for this show, okay? This show is the culmination of all my hopes, my desires as a wrestling fan, okay? There's so much on this show I'm looking forward to. I cannot wait, Kevin.
Well, the entire country of Australia is going to be watching along as Rhea Ripley defends her Raw Women's title, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Rhea Ripley defending against Asuka and Charlotte Flair in a great triple threat match. This is my brutality, Kevin. I can't wait. It's going to be a must-see match, a must-see show. It's top to bottom, great matches. God bless WWE, Kevin. We stand the E, pal.
I'm most excited for the Dirty Dogs versus the Mysterios. I mean, you talk about Rey Mysterio, who's one of the greatest legends in WWE, one of the 3 or 4 most recognizable wrestlers. I can't think of a better way to utilize that much talent than put him in there with Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. I mean, everybody loves Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, for God's sake. I mean, they're the most over tag team since the Midnight Express and the Rock and Roll, damn it.
That's so shameful and disrespectful. But yeah, the WrestleMania Backlash is Sunday, May 16th, and we're here for a preview and predictions, which we were going to do like an in-depth, critical analysis preview and whatever. But then we looked at the card. And, yeah. So...
sucks, is what you're trying to say. That's what you're trying to say.
Yes.
I'll say it for you. The card sucks. I mean, realistically, there's 5 matches. One of those matches... Actually, 2 of those matches... I should say 3 of those matches we've already seen on Raw. We've seen... How many times have we seen Rhea Ripley versus Asuka? Or Asuka versus Charlotte Flair? Or Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte in the last, 8 weeks?
A lot. Every week, it feels like. Just a lot.
Yeah. During the pandemic, we saw Bianca Belair versus Bayley 20 times.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even know why Braun Strowman is in the WWE title match. He defeated Vince McMahon's 51-year-old millionaire son in a steel cage match that nobody cared about. So I guess that earned him the privilege to challenge Bobby Lashley for the WWE title. I can't figure it out.
Wouldn't it have made more sense to have Baron Corbin in this match if they're doing that whole where is Baron Corbin, Kevin? They broke the whole business up. I don't know.
I hope he retired.
You hope he retired? Oh God.
Yeah, I hope he retired. God bless him.
But yeah, we'll start with this WWE title match because I guess why not? We have to start somewhere with this show. Lashley, McIntyre, Strowman. The match will be, I guess, probably fun for 10 minutes. These 3 guys just beating the crap out of each other. I guess that's cool. I'm not going to fake investment in the match just because all these guys are just big men. I don't inherently care because of that. Literally, the build-up on Raw has been horrendous, Kevin. To put it in a word, I mean, honestly.
What build-up?
Exactly.
What has happened? We've had Drew McIntyre. Oh, he Claymore kicked Bobby Lashley last week. Man, that's riveting content.
Oh, wow. It's Drew and Strowman standing in the ring as Bobby Lashley is on the announce table. Oh, there's Mason T. Bar there, John. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's your build, Kevin.
Yeah, where's Bobby Lashley's momentum gone? Bobby Lashley had all this momentum after he defeated the Miz for the WWE Championship, and he carried that momentum into Tampa. He made Drew McIntyre pass out from the pain of the Hurt Lock. And what have they done with Bobby Lashley since then?
Well, before then, they broke up the Hurt Business, which everyone was unanimously just in love with. They broke that up, brought in Baron Corbin, and then Baron Corbin's not been there anymore. And then they had Mace and T-Bar, aka Dio Madden and Dominic Dijakovic, join MVP, and Lashley's just there. And now Strowman's challenging for the title. So, Kevin, that's our build. Who do you think's going to win this match?
I would say Lashley's gonna keep the title. I mean, yeah, this division is directionless right now, but I guarantee Vince is trying to get Brock Lesnar for SummerSlam. So I'm hoping Lashley keeps the title and then we build towards him versus Brock. Because realistically, after this match, who's next in line to challenge Lashley? They're gonna shoehorn Randy Orton in there. because Randy Orton, like, he's the only star left they have. You know, like, what are they gonna do? The WWE Championship, Raw, everything about Raw is just dead.
Yeah, like, what are you going to, Sheamus versus Lashley for the title at, like, Money in the Bank? Like, you know, where do you go after this? I think Lashley keeps the title. I can picture, like, as you say, I picture Vince McMahon angrily calling Brock Lesnar, like, every day, being like, oh, damn it, Brock, we need an attraction for SummerSlam, pal. Like, you can picture it, but, yeah, no, Lashley keeps the title. I don't really think we need to keep going on that match, so moving on to, I mean, the match I'm most looking forward to, pal. Rhea Ripley versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's title, Kevin. Walk me through your opinions on this one.
For lack of a better term, Raw is really, it's on life support. And it reflects in these matches. The two Raw matches just have nothing going for them. And the whole gimmick of this pay-per-view is WrestleMania Backlash. So you would think naturally that we're going to get a rematch of Rhea Ripley and Asuka and Bobby Lashley and McIntyre. But instead we're getting triple threat matches. I can't make any sense of it. I don't know who's going to win. I don't really care. You know, like, if Rhea Ripley wins, that's great. It wouldn't shock me if Charlotte won. Charlotte's like the Tom Brady of WWE. You just can't bet against her when she's in a title match. It would not shock me at all if Charlotte puts the figure 8 on Rhea Ripley and Rhea Ripley taps out while screaming and moaning. And then Charlotte is WWE Raw Women's Champion for the next 12 and a half months, just screaming that she's the queen every single week on Raw.
That sounds absolutely horrendous. Yeah, nah, look, as you kind of say there, like, these matches, it's really reflecting of how bad Raw's been. I mean, we've done how many Raw's unwatchable rants in the past, like, 6 weeks. The show's so bad. These triple threat matches, I couldn't even pretend to care, Kevin. Like, I nothing these matches. So, yeah, the WWE title match will probably be a good match. This match will probably be a good match. But it doesn't matter. I mean, all the wrestlers are good in-ring wrestlers. So I just don't care. So, who wins this match? Probably Charlotte. This will be what, her 13th, 14th reign? I've lost track at this point. It doesn't really matter, Kevin. Honestly, probably not. So, I think Charlotte will win, but at the same time, I can picture Rhea retaining. I can't say Asuka winning if she does. I mean, fair play to her, but yeah, no, I just don't give a damn, Kevin. Neither do you, really. So, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, but let's talk about Bianca Belair and Bayley for the SmackDown Women's title. So from what I garner, because I haven't watched SmackDown the last couple of weeks, I'm just going to guess. I haven't seen anything. I haven't even checked up on Twitter. I'm guessing the build for this match has been Bianca Belair comes out, cuts a promo, and Bayley comes out and says, "Ding dong, hello, it's Bayley," as she interrupts Bianca Belair. That's pretty much right. That's pretty much the build.
You're not far off. I mean, that's the general kind of thing they do. Bayley is this obnoxious heel. We've had a number of backstage segments where Bayley's like, you know, comes over to Kayla Braxton. It's like, ding dong, hello, I'm getting a title match. I'm going to beat Bianca Belair. And then Bianca Belair comes out with the Street Profits being like, I'm the EST. And it's like, okay, Bianca. So that's essentially what we're doing with Belair and Bayley. The match will probably be match of the night. I mean, when you look at the rest of these matches, I mean, Reigns and Cesaro will probably be a better match, but I don't know. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, Belair and Bayley. Belair retains. Bayley will put in a good match, but really that's all there is to it, Kevin, honestly. Like
I said at the top, we've seen this match, 25 times throughout last year on SmackDown? Like, how many times did we see these vignettes with Bianca Belair? And then it's like, oh, Bianca Belair's in action, and then Bayley comes out and faces her.
Well, I remember they did that whole match. It was like one of the last SmackDowns of 2020, and then like Bayley pinned Belair, and your JDs and all these types, and all the people who have the same kind of opinions, like, oh, Belair's buried. Belair, this is not how you make a star. And then 3 months later, she main evented WrestleMania and won the title. So once again, people crying out for a burial came off as complete blithering idiots from that. But nonetheless, Belair wins this match. I guess we move on, Kevin. So I think now it's the best to talk about the match that you mentioned before, the Dirty Dogs there, John, versus Ziggler and wait, no, they're the Dirty Dogs. Sorry, the Dirty Dogs versus Rey and Dominic Mysterio there, John. So walk me through this one, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I'll set the table for you. You have Bobby Roode, who's literally done absolutely nothing since he came up from NXT. He was the NXT champion, and then for 8 months, he comes up to WWE. I think he came up to SmackDown. He does his big entrance, And then the bell rings, and everybody's like, "Oh, this guy sucks in the ring." Okay, so then he's just eating catering for the next like 3.5 years. So then we get this idea where like Dolph Ziggler, another guy who's done absolutely nothing since since he had the feud with Kofi when he cut the "It Should Have Been Me" promos. He hasn't done anything in 2 years. So they're hanging out at catering, and Dolph is like, "Hey, Bobby, why don't you pull this off? Why don't we be a tag team? Nobody can pull this off better than us." So now we got to listen to these guys on SmackDown every single week. And somehow we're here, they're facing Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. We're like 8 months removed from when Dominic Mysterio was the hottest thing going in wrestling, coming off a match with Seth Rollins. After Seth Rollins read DMs from his sister. Like,
yeah.
We're 8 months removed from that. Dominic was the hottest thing going in WWE. I don't know what happened. Like, was that match bad with Rollins? Because like it feels like a demotion to go from working at SummerSlam with Seth Rollins to having a tag team match versus Ziggler and Bobby Roode. That might just be me.
Well, you're forgetting that one crucial little linking point between those two. Dominic had a 3-4 month feud with Baron Corbin, pal. And as we know, Kevin, if you kick out of the if you kick out of the Deep Six or whatever this thing is, then you're going to have success. But if you don't kick out of the Deep Six, you're just going to be a loser like Dominic Mysterio is now. And Dominic Mysterio, he failed the Baron Corbin test for some reason. I don't know why. And now he's in this tag team with his dad. And it should be this like magical, oh my god, Ray and Dominic. They're in the tag team picture. Like, Kevin, if I told you 16 years ago, Ray and Dominic are about to win the tag team titles at a pay-per-view, you'd probably think, oh my god, that's really sick. But like, you get to Backlash, it'll probably be the second match on the show, they're facing Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, two guys who, it's like a D-Tech, D-Generation X. I can't even pretend to care about them. Dolph Ziggler is just that irrelevant that when Dominic and Ray beat the Dirty Dogs this Sunday for the tag titles, it'll be like, cool, good for them. I'll probably get a YouTube video with some views out of it, but that's about it, Like, it's really about it, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if you told me 16 years ago that Rey Mysterio, a Hall of Famer, one of the top guys in the company, just everybody knows who Rey Mysterio is. The best they got for him is Ziggler and Roode. And WWE has made it a point now where nobody cares about Dominic Mysterio. Because I forgot about the Baron Corbin thing. How could I forget? It was Baron Corbin and Dominic having matches and promos on SmackDown for the last 4 months, from September to January.
Yep.
And then they really did nothing from there. They were in a bunch of multi-man matches. They were in the Royal Rumble together. I don't know what they're doing with Ray and Dominic. Like, they're probably gonna win the titles, and then what? They're gonna face the Dirty Dogs again for the next 3 months in rematches. Where Ziggler's gonna be like, "Oh, you cheated, Ray." Like, I don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah, once again, look at, let's say 2012, Kevin. You've got Bobby Roode is like the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. You've got Ziggler's like one of the top guys in WWE. You've got Rey Mysterio. Like, if you said back then, oh, Ray and Dominic are gonna win the tag titles by beating these two guys in 2021, you think, oh, that's pretty damn cool. That's dope. But once again, bring it full circle. It's really hard to care because the division is literally Dirty Dogs, the Mysterios, and then whoever wins will probably face Gable and Otis. It's like, oh wow,
Yeah, and not even Rey Mysterio. Not even people just don't care about Rey Mysterio. Not even Mysterio to save that. Not to say that he's not great, because if they did Rey Mysterio in a feud with Roman Reigns, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But instead, we're getting I don't know. I don't even know. It just feels like they don't know what to do with Rey Mysterio, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they should.
For sure. I mean, you mentioned our tribal god there. I think it's about time we move on to the main event. Now, before we do that, I think obviously they're probably going to announce 2 to 3 matches in the next few days. But do we really care? I mean, I'm sure you'll probably tweet your opinions on each one on Twitter or whatever. I'll probably comment or whatever. I don't even know. It just doesn't matter. Not really. So, that being said...
You want to do a little prediction for the other matches? We could, who's the Intercontinental Champion? Is it still Apollo Crews, right?
Yeah, Crews. Probably Crews as Big E again.
Yeah, shoehorn that in. Who's the U.S. Champion?
Oh, no, they'll probably do Crews versus, Big E versus Owens versus Zayn in a fatal 4-way, and Crews will just win because Aziz helps him,
Yeah, Commander of Z's.
Commander of Z's there, John. I believe his name is Aziz there, John. God.
And then who's the U.S. Champion now?
Sheamus? Oh, Sheamus versus Humberto Carrillo, pal.
All right, yeah, we'll have Humberto Carrillo. We'll put a rose in Sheamus' underwear.
Yeah,
So yeah.
they'll probably add let's see, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Lana and Naomi for the women's tag titles, maybe.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. We haven't seen that match. Man, we haven't seen that match in like 10 days. So yeah, it's fresh.
yeah, pal, and then maybe a rated RK Bro backstage segment featuring Tomatoes, pal.
Oh yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll do the Raw Tag Team titles would be RK Bro versus the champions, whoever the champions are.
Oh, it's Styles and Omos.
Yeah, we get RK Bro versus Styles and Omos, pal. There we go.
Wow, that sounds like it makes the card 100 times better. So, with that being said, we move into our main event now. We have our tribal god Roman Reigns defending that his title against a wannabe James Bond who can't talk, Cesaro. So, walk me through this one, Kevin. Now, I know you're very excited for this. You've been begging for Cesaro to get pushed for about a decade now. You're over the moon, ecstatic about Cesaro getting pushed. So, walk me through this one.
Well, that's fake news. First off, so
It's
what we
news.
have here is Jason Momoa going up against Jason Statham. You know, it's the Battle of Hollywood, pal.
Oh wow!
So
Oh wow!
how exciting! We're gonna tweet about it. So yeah, I don't know. People wanted Cesaro to get pushed. Not me, but people on the internet have been wanting Cesaro to get pushed since he debuted in WWE. You know, because he had a great match against Sami Zayn in NXT like 8 years ago. Cesaro deserves to be in the main event of the show of shows now. And he's finally getting his opportunity after winning a singles match with Seth Rollins. Did you know that Cesaro could do the airplane swing with no hands? Did you know that?
Wait, really? Really?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! Well, oh wow!
Yeah, I mean, we only saw the highlight, what, like 7 times since WrestleMania? 10 times? 20 times
20,
since WrestleMania?
20 times in half of one show, Kevin. More like about 150 times in the build, pal. You know?
Yeah,
Jeez.
so Cesaro could do that. So that's all. I mean, you're printing money. Put that on NFTs. WWE's gonna be selling NFTs. Vince McMahon's gonna be swimming in NFT money from Cesaro doing handless airplane spins to Seth Rollins, pal. That's what all the kids are begging their mommy and daddy to spend money on NFTs for. Forget, NFTs for Zion Williamson dunking on people or John Morant crossing people up trying to jump over Kevin Love. No, we're in the NFT business of buying Cesaro swinging Seth Rollins on his forehead without hands. I mean, yeah, that's where we're at. That's why Cesaro should be WWE champion, because Tommy Dreamer said he should be the face of WWE. So there you go.
I don't know how you've mentioned NFTs 6 different times. Okay, fair play to you. No, and anyone listening, that was not a little bet we had before the video. No, we haven't made a conscious effort to do that. Kevin is just ranting. So yeah, but nah, just Reigns Cesaro. Now, probably be a great match. There's been a million great matches in wrestling history. What will set this match apart? I guess Cesaro is going to do his UFO swing, which, as you say, there will be the source of NFTs for wrestling fans worldwide. I don't bloody know. Reigns will retain. I hope he better.
We forgot the long-term storytelling, because Paul Heyman did in fact manage Cesaro 7 years ago?
Who cares?
For about a 3 to 4 week span. So that's long-term storytelling. It's all coming full circle, because back then in 2014, Paul Heyman knew that in August of 2020, he was going to be managing Roman Reigns, and they were going to introduce the Tribal Chief character. So this is brilliant long-term storytelling by all the writers at WWE.
Who honestly cares? I mean, anyway, yeah, the match should be great. Reigns retains, unless WWE feel like losing 500,000 viewers a week from Smackdown and having Cesaro be world champion. Because my God, Kevin, imagine Cesaro as world champion. How great would those opening promos be for 15 minutes every week? Oh.
Well, the best part is when he goes on Tommy Dreamer's radio show and Tommy Dreamer has a 25-minute interview with him.
Oh, wow.
So that way Cesaro could say, Tommy, you were right about me, and now I'm the face of WWE. But realistically, what's going to happen here is the Usos are going to jump in, because Cesaro's going to have Roman dead to waste. Roman's going to be bleeding, looking at the sky, crying for his wife and his kids after Cesaro hits him with a neutralizer. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And he's gonna pin him. We have Paul Heyman crying at ringside, and then the Usos are gonna hop in through the bottom rope, and they're gonna beat up the referee. They're gonna beat up Cesaro. They're gonna have a super kick party on Cesaro and the referee. They're gonna yell at Paul Heyman. They're gonna intimidate him. Paul Heyman's gonna be crying again, and then After the match, we're gonna get the post show with Renee Young. Renee Young's gonna interview Cesaro, and Cesaro's gonna cut a 10-minute promo sitting next to Peter Rosenberg on the Peacock and WWE Network, and he's gonna say, "You see that, Vince? I had a good match in the main event. I've waited 9 years for this opportunity. You finally gave it to me. I delivered. I deserve better." And then Cesaro's going to break the internet. This clip of Cesaro saying that he had a good match on a pay-per-view and Vince finally gave him an opportunity is going to have millions upon millions of views on social media. And then Cesaro's going to he's going to have all these fans now that he's never had before. He's going to have all these fans, and they're going to demand that Cesaro be the face of WWE. They're going to be like, "Oh, see, Tommy Dreamer saw something in him. I saw this in him in 2012 when he debuted. I've been a fan of him. Damn it, we need Cesaro in there because Cesaro's going to say, I deserve better while sitting next to Peter Rosenberg live on the WWE Network in the post-show."
Yes, because Tommy Dreamer is an amazing representative and ambassador for the wrestling community and the wrestling fan, and Tommy Dreamer really understands what us wrestling fans want to see. Okay, just Tommy, how about you go on a treadmill and shut up? How about that, you clown? I mean, honestly, my God, Tommy Dreamer, Cesaro should be the face of WWE. You want ratings to be 1.1 million, do you? You seriously want AEW to be beating Raw in ratings and SmackDown ratings? Like, Jesus Christ Almighty! Like, yeah, what you just said there will happen verbatim. So Reigns will be literally crying, his eyes will be watery. Heyman will be like, both hands on his face, like the streak's just been broken. He'll be freaking out, and then the Usos will just jump in, beat up Cesaro. Adam Pearce will probably come out there and be like, "That's not fair. Restart this match," and then Reigns will beat him thanks to a 3-on-1. Like, honestly, this is how they're going to book it. They're going to make Cesaro seem like Superman in the match. And it's like, okay, can he cut a promo? Okay.
Well, he will. He's going to cut the I Deserve Better promo on the WWE Network on the post show.
Yeah, because his last one was just a mic work masterclass, wasn't it? He really just, he has a way of words the English language, doesn't he, pal? Like,
yeah, I mean, he's going to talk about how he's clocked in and clocked out of work on time for the last 10 years, and he deserves to be the face of the company.
Why hasn't... If Cesaro did, in the past 10 years, if Claudio Castagnoli did half as many acting classes and pronunciation classes as he did CrossFit classes, this would be by far and away the most deserving wrestler in the company. It'd be like criminal he's not world champion. But like, you look at this guy outside of the in-ring, and it's like, what is there to offer? What's his character? He comes out and he says, I'll swing you. Like, fam, like, bruh, like, get out of here,
I have a random question.
Yeah, go.
Have they done anything with Aleister Black since his return?
He's done like, I think, one or two more of those, recounting the dragon and like those type of promos. Or he's reading a Game of Thrones text for a minute and a half, and that's about it. So yeah. Just
right, he's gonna be the next guy he's gonna be the next guy to cut the I Deserve Better promo.
Great. You imagine Aleister Black, he beats bloody like Chad Gable in a match, and then we get Aleister Black on Peter Rosenberg's like talking smack, and Aleister Black's got his like 800-page Game of Thrones text, and he's just reading about the dragon, and he says that him and the dragon deserve better. And then the next week he comes out with like a CGI dragon, and it's like breathing fire, and then you got Michael Cole being like, "Oh wow, the dragon's very scary there, Pat." And it's like, oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. The next pay-per-view will have Roman Reigns versus Aleister Black.
Great. Forget Reigns versus Rey Mysterio. Forget Reigns versus Jeff Hardy. Forget Reigns versus anyone at this point. Reigns versus Brock again. Do Reigns versus Aleister Black feuding over a dragon, pal. Like,
yeah, I mean, the dragon deserves better. You said it.
Yep, you have Reigns being like, "Oh, the dragon don't belong in these tribes. The dragon don't belong at my table." Like, God. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, what a backlash we have coming up for you guys, man. WWE has coming up for you, I should say.
WrestleMania Backlash, Kevin. Not Backlash, WrestleMania Backlash, pal.
Right. It's WrestleMania Backlash.
God.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, we had WrestleMania in front of 25,000 people. And now that just makes the Thunderdome shows just seem even deader than before. Because now, like, we know that WWE can run shows with a crowd if they want to. Like, why are they not doing it,
PR. Stephanie McMahon doesn't want to seem like WWE should have bad PR, I guess. I don't know. But Yeah, that's Backlash. Hopefully, WrestleMania Backlash. Hopefully you enjoyed the preview. We've tried to give a very intense, objective analysis for God knows how long this has gone for. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Kevin, any closing words for our great pay-per-view that's coming up on Sunday?
Don't forget, buy your Cesaro NFTs before it's too late.
Okay, Kevin. Okay, peace.